right this time. I guess so. So it usually lets me record in landscape. Well, first of all, hello, gorgeous souls. It usually lets me record in landscape, but when I tried to earlier, it had me to put my phone in portrait mode, and then as soon as I clicked live, it gave me the landscape option again. So let's get myself together here. Hello, gorgeous souls. Um, hello, gorgeous souls. I wanted to come on and share. I am again rereading um, the book um, Creation is Finished by Pete Sapper. And I have been uh, revisiting a lot of my methods of teaching, and one of my truest methods is I use the self mastery pyramid, and I'm going to show it to you in just a moment. But the self mastery pyramid has reflected sort of like my journey in my whole coaching business since I started up until now. And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned over my time in coaching is that what it really is all about is healing our perception of who we are, and I'm going to say integrating back into wholeness. And when I say integrating back into wholeness, that's not saying that we are not already whole. You know, I teach that we are already whole. There is no becoming whole. But by way of perception, um, and all the ways of the world, we believe that we are not whole. We believe that we are separated. We believe that, we are broken and all that. So, um, the top of the pyramid for the self mastery the top of the self mastery pyramid, the very top is self mastery. But over the past few months, as I've been revisiting that, I don't think that self mastery is the ultimate peak. Okay. And what I believe the ultimate peak is that we get into a space of sovereignty. And I think that some of last year we talked about sovereignty. And I think that what sovereignty is just what I just said. It's integrating back into wholeness. And so when he talked about in this one chapter, chapter 5, everything is you, he says everyone is a mirror reflection. It made me go back to that pyramid, and I think about, I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So it is self-awareness, self-reflection, no, self-exploration rather. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it there. Self-exploration, self-discovery, self-understanding, self-love, self-transformation, and then self-mastery. And then here I put sovereignty, and that is the integration back to wholeness. And so it's actually called the 7 steps to self-mastery. And so as I was thinking about that, the biggest word there is self. And you know that I teach about true self and self-love and all of that. You know, the self-awareness, the self-exploration, self-transformation, because everything begins with you. Everything begins with the self. And I remember when we had Self Love University, before it became Inner Work University, I had Lisa Natoli teach us one time, and she taught on self love. And what she said was the self equals love, or the self is love. And we know that God is love, and love is the highest vibration, the highest presence, the highest being. Love is everything, and everything is love. Whether we believe it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, everything is love. And so I wanted to read this because when he talks about everyone is you, it goes through those steps of, again, I'm going to read them one more time: self awareness, self exploration, self discovery, self understanding, self love, self transformation, and self mastery. So, chapter 5, everyone is you. Everyone is your mirror reflection. That's the subtitle. And so, this is what he says: many people are using manifestation teachings to medicate repressed emotions and trauma. Commonly, these teachings are used to manifest a specific person that they're obsessed with and attached to, someone who made them feel rejected or triggered. They think that if they retract that person back into their lives, then that feeling will just go away. That's not how it works. The way you break the hypnosis of this so-called outer reality is by realizing that the universe is a multi-frequential, multi-dimensional hall of mirrors designed for your self-mastery, not for anyone's anyone else's self-mastery, but for your self-mastery. If we all could get that, I think the world would be in a much better place, because we'll realize that um, I'm not here to tend to anybody else's business. I'm not here to do, manifest, be, have all the things for anyone else. I'm here for my own journey to sovereignty, not necessarily self mastery. I think self mastery is a peak, but the real peak, or the real transformation result, is sovereignty. So we all need to get that. Um, he says this, and this is what Neville says, and he's going to talk. Well, actually, this paragraph he talks about Neville. Everyone is yourself pushed out. Before you can understand this teaching of Neville Goddard, you must first understand what yourself is. Yourself is everything. You are everything, and everything is within you. When I say you, I'm referring to your true self. You are everything, and everything is within you. When I say you, I mean your true self. I actually said those two sentences twice. Um, Not this biological space suit. The real you has no name, no image, and no form. The real you contains everything. I watched the Sawyers, beautiful couple who I have been learning so much from when it comes to um, knowing the true self. And sometimes she does this introduction for their um, lives on YouTube. I think they go live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. And what she'll do is she'll ask a series of questions. She'll say, does your spirit? I don't know. I can't remember if she said your spirit or do you, like your true identity. Does it have a name? Does it have a race? Does it have a color? Um, does it get sick? Does it judge? Does it, she just have all these things. And what that does for me is it helps me to remove the earthly identity that we have. I'm going to say I have. And when I remove that earthly identity and I just allow myself to simply be, that's when I step into a space of pure knowing, pure awareness. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. And we get so, it's a bird. I saw something flying. It looked like it was crawling, but it was a bird flying across. But we get so caught up with, again, our human identity, our physical identity, that we lose sight of the truth of who we are. We lose sight of our true self. So I'm going to continue to read. He says, when we look into this multiversal structure, this multi-frequential, multi-dimensional hall of mirrors designed for self-mastery, sometimes we don't realize that we're looking into a mirror. The seer, what is seen, and the act of seeing are all one thing. The seer, what is seen, and the act of seeing is all one thing. Everyone is yourself pushed out means that everyone is a reflection of yourself. And he separated that, yourself. So I'm going to read that one more time. Everyone is yourself pushed out means that everyone is a reflection of yourself. Everyone is reflected back to everyone is reflecting back to you an aspect of yourself, and typically it's an aspect that you can't see for yourself, also known as a blind spot. Imagine your life in a movie and you are the director. Everyone in your life is an actor that you hired to play a specific role. If you see things clearly, there is no blame, no projection, repressing your emotional state, or blaming other people for things that are being triggered within you. The actors are just trying to assist you to see what already exists within you. This is the year that we transcend the victim mentality. We transcend wearing the straitjacket that we put on ourselves, and we transcend blaming everyone else for the straitjacket. We transcend the tyranny of the egoic mind that tells us that we are victims and that we are separate from everything and everyone. The actors in your role that you hired are there to reflect to you an aspect of yourself that has been repressed. Next time someone triggers you, ask yourself this question: what is it that is being denied or not being accepted into the entirety of who I am? I'm going to read that question one more time. What is it that is being denied or not being accepted into the entirety of who I am? Your deepest desire, your true self, your true desire is to know yourself entirely. It is your deepest desire to know yourself as unconditional love. Unconditional love, unconditional acceptance is everything, including the unknown. Unconditional acceptance and unconditional love is all that is. Remember, I said God is love, and God is all that is, and we are all that is. Everything is you, everything is within you. And it's easy for us to do that for the good things, but what about doing that for the bad things? And I feel like something may have bit me on my leg, even though I have my incense burning. Um, but what about the bad things? You look at hate in the world. You look at, um, division and all of that. Do you think that that's an aspect of yourself? You look at joy and love and wealth and peace and power and strength. Do you think that that's an aspect of yourself? It all is an aspect of who we are. And the reason why I say even the bad is an aspect of who we are is because it's a reflection of who we perceive ourselves to be. Not our true identity, but who we perceive ourselves to be, which is why that is a call to action, a call to go within, a call to ask that question: what is it that is being denied or being accepted into the entirety of who I am? Marianne Williamson, I think the book was A Return to Love. She said that everything is either love or a call for love. Everything is either love or a call for love. It's easy to say everything is either love or hate. Hate is simply a call for love. And so when we look at the things outside of us as being ourselves pushed out, then the things that we see outside of us that does not align with love really is a call for love. That hate, that racism, the bigotry, the um, the bad, the ugly, the all the things that's I'm gonna say showing up in the world right now is really a call for love. That is the world and even the earth calling out for love. And so when you see that and it makes you angry or makes you upset, you have to ask yourself, what is it in me that's upset? And he's going to talk about feeling in just a moment. Let's see. You paid the actors in your movie to reflect aspects of yourself that you were unwilling to accept. I'm going to say that one more time. You paid the actors in your movie to reflect aspects of yourself that you were unwilling to accept. Why do you keep attracting the same person over and over again? And I'm going to say the same personality, okay? The same personality, because it can be a different body, a different, what he calls spacesuit. It can be a different person, but it's the same personality that we attract over and over and over again. It's because you refuse to unconditionally love and unconditionally accept an aspect of yourself. It's because you continue to repress, deny, push away, or blame the actor. Again, it is because you continue to repress, deny, push away, or blame the actor, all while you wrote the script. If you are able to see things for what they are, then you can integrate the fragmented part within yourself that desperately desires your unconditional love and desperately deserves your unconditional love. The part that is worthy of being seen, being heard, understood, accepted, and integrated back into the whole of who you are. I want to read that paragraph one more time. If you are able to see things for what they are, then you can integrate the fragmented parts within yourself that desperately desires your unconditional love and desperately deserves your unconditional love. That part is worthy of being seen, heard, understood, accepted, and integrated back into the whole of who you are. Every single actor in this movie is assisting you to incorporate those denied, repressed, or rejected aspects of yourself. Every single actor in your movie, the movie that you are currently living, is assisting you to incorporate the desired, repressed, and rejected aspects of yourself. And by incorporating, what that means is incorporating or transcending into love. The reason we get rejected repeatedly is because we refuse to accept ourselves. And I quoted this in our reflections. He says, you can never be rejected unless you reject yourself. You can never be abandoned unless you abandon yourself. Some kind of way I clicked on it, and give me one second. There we go. The universe is a multi-frequential, multi-dimensional hall of mirrors designed for self-mastery. The way you master yourself is by taking your attention and your attachment off of the objects of your illusion and bringing all of your focus and attention back to yourself. I'm gonna um, read that one more time. The universe is a multi-frequential, multi-dimensional hall of mirrors designed for self-mastery. The way you master yourself is by taking your attention and your attachment off of the objects of your illusions, so all the things outside of us. Please go away. Thank you. Um, which is all the things outside of us, and bringing all of your focus and attention back to yourself. Here's when he starts talking about feeling, okay? When someone triggers something unpleasant within you, focus on what they triggered. Focus on the feeling that they triggered. Focus on the feeling more than you focus on what they did. Focus all of your attention on that unpleasant feeling that they triggered in you, the rejected, abandoned, and unaccepted aspect of yourself that is desperate to be incorporated back into the whole. It is your job as beings of unconditional love and light to integrate all aspects of self back into the whole to become a whole person again. And you know, I don't like saying to become a whole person again because we're already whole. What I rather say is um, I'm going to say realize or actualize your wholeness, not to return back because you're already whole. If it's a return, it is I'm going to say return to awareness because you're already whole. A holy person, a holy person again. So let me read that one more time. It is our job as beings of unconditional love and light to integrate all aspects of self back into the whole to become a whole person again. He says a holy person again. To no longer be fragmented and compartmentalized, and to be a whole person again. This is how your vibration goes up and you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Magic begins to happen. Safety lies in the true perception of yourself as everything. Safety can only come from the truth of oneness, and fear can only germinate in the absence of the divine. I love that. Fear can only germinate in the absence of the divine. When we are not in, I'm going to say, our divinity, and in the presence of divinity, in the awareness of divinity, then that's when we're in fear. The divine is the truth. The divine is you. The divine is your true self, and your true self is everything. You are everything, and everything is within you. The sooner you can love everything in your reality and see it as serving you and your expansion and helping you become the holy person and ascended master that you are, and as soon as you can fall in love with everything in your experience and see it as a part of your movie script that you scripted for your own evolution, the sooner you will be the one who walks on air. Everyone is you pushed out. The seer, what is seen, the act of seeing are all one thing. It is all you. That is so powerful. And I want to say this too because even though he talked about like rejection and fear and abandonment and things like that, um, it's also when we're seeing the good things, the good in life, the good in people, the good in conditions and situations and stuff like that. That's also a reflection. And I think that when we have that realization, of the good aspects, those are what we should celebrate. And the bad are what we are to, what he said, incorporate or integrate back into the whole. Um, so I just wanted to share that. If you have any questions or comments about this, feel free to comment about it. If there's anything that you want me to expound on or maybe come back and do a class on, I will be more than happy to. My schedule is pretty full right now, in the best possible ways. However, I am really ready to and willing to come on and teach. I still want to do my secure class. It's just that my schedule has not been allowing me to really sit down and put those lessons together in class format. It's just notes here and there. So I want to encourage you to just leave a comment. That's my girls. They'll be calling, probably calling to come over. But I just wanted to just come on and share that it's hot outside. It's so hot. But I love sitting out here. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to talk and teach this lesson and probably sit out here for a little while, just because it's my safe space. So I hope you have a great 4th of July weekend for those who celebrate. I send you love, light, joy, peace, blessings, abundance, prosperity, power, serenity, bliss, all things good, all things God. I send that to you. Take care.